most of you will probably click away in the next few moments. And that's perfectly fine, because this message isn't meant for most men, but for the few who remain there, going to discover something that will completely transform the way women perceive them. See, attraction has nothing to do with looks or wealth. It's about presence, an unseen energy certain men possess that makes women obsess over them effortlessly. If you don't recognize it, you'll keep chasing endlessly, but once you do, you'll never have to chase again. So stay tuned, because by the time you finish this, you won't just know this principle, I promise. You'll feel its power. Stay locked in, because once you grasp this, you'll never see attraction the same way again. Oh, and before we dive further, I've got something special for you, a free ebook called The Female Mind Control Handbook. Inside it, you'll find hidden secrets to make any woman crave. You grab your copy now, link in the description or pinned comment. Let's keep going. Principle number 1, the one who cares less always wins. Picture this, you're texting a woman and she replies instantly. She asks about your day, throws in a few laughing emojis, maybe even double texts. Now think about the contrast when she takes hours to respond. Keeps her messages brief and never starts the conversation. Which one has you lying awake at night, overanalyzing every word? The one who gives you the least attention. And that's because human beings instinctively value what's scarce in relationships. This same principle holds true. The person who appears less emotionally invested automatically holds the power. This isn't about playing games, it's about managing your emotional reactions. When you master the Stoic principle of indifference, you become a psychological puzzle, and women can't resist puzzles. Let's go deeper. Women aren't drawn only to looks, money, or humor. They're attracted to emotional stability. A man who doesn't react dramatically to her behavior, whether she ignores him, cancels plans, or flirts with other men, sends a powerful subconscious signal: I don't depend on you for my happiness. And that is absolutely intoxicating. Imagine a high-value man does. He pleads for attention. No. If a woman cancels a date last minute, does he send a long emotional message? No, he acknowledges it, moves on, and continues living his life. This makes her question, wait, why doesn't he care? Why isn't he chasing me like everyone else? Remember the old saying, a woman falls in love in a man's absence, not his presence. When you demonstrate that you're emotionally independent, when you don't react with desperation, she starts obsessing over you. Look at famous Stoics like Marcus Aurelius or Seneca. They understood that attachment causes suffering. When you detach emotionally and remain indifferent, you gain control over every interaction. You don't get swept away by her moods, her tests, or her little games. Instead, she's the one trying to win you over. When you master the art of indifference, not coldness but self-sufficiency, you'll always hold the upper hand. And the best part is, she won't even realize why she's drawn to you. It's a subconscious pull. She can't resist. Principle number 2, mastering emotional restraint. Women will test you not because they're malicious, but because they're wired to seek strong, centered men. If you react emotionally, if you get jealous, defensive, or frustrated, you fail the test. But if you stay composed, you instantly set yourself apart. There's an old Zen proverb that says, the man who controls his emotions controls the world. When you don't let a woman dictate your feelings, she respects you. Think about it. Why are women obsessed with emotionally unavailable men? Because they're unpredictable. When a man is overly emotional, it shows weakness, but when he has full command of his emotions, he becomes a fortress. Women want to feel something in a relationship, and when you can create emotional highs and lows without losing control, she will crave you. Here's a real example. A woman starts a petty argument, expecting you to react. Instead, you calmly say, I see what you're doing, we'll talk when you're ready. Then you walk away. She's left standing there, wondering why she can't get under your skin. That mystery makes her obsess. High-value men know that less is more. Rather than explaining themselves, they let their actions do the talking. Instead of getting defensive, they keep their composure. This restraint makes women feel both safe and intrigued, which is a potent combination. A man who masters emotional restraint is like an unreadable book. She keeps turning the pages, trying to figure you out, but the further she goes, the more invested she becomes. That's how obsession begins. Principle number 3, the law of scarcity. Here's the harsh reality. Women don't obsess over what's guaranteed, they obsess over what they might lose. As soon as a woman senses you're always available, she unconsciously devalues. You ask yourself, when someone constantly makes time for you, always texts first, and never seems busy, do you treasure their attention or take it for granted? Women are no different. They need uncertainty to maintain desire. This doesn't mean you should manipulate. It means you need a life so rich and fulfilling she feels she has to earn a place in it. You're not pretending to be busy, you actually are. You don't reply instantly, not because you're playing games, but because you're genuinely occupied. You don't cancel plans to see her because you respect your time. A woman desires a man who is in demand. She wants to feel she's winning a prize, not settling for someone who's always there. Imagine you go on a great date. She texts you the next day, expecting an eager "I had an amazing time" message, but you wait. Maybe you reply after a few hours with something casual, no extra emotion, no desperation. She starts to wonder, is he thinking about me? Does he even like me? And that single thought is enough to make her obsess. The law of scarcity is universal. Luxury brands use it, celebrities use it, and high-value men apply it effortlessly. When a woman realizes she isn't your priority, but you still enjoy her presence, she will fight for your attention by controlling your availability, by making her feel she could lose you. You reverse the dynamic. Instead of you chasing her, she's the one lying awake, wondering how to keep you. That's how you create obsession. Principle number 4, the art of controlled mystery. Think of the most compelling movies or novels you've experienced. What kept you hooked? Suspense. The unknown, that sense that something was always just out of reach. Now apply this to attraction. A woman's interest skyrockets when she feels there's something about you she hasn't figured out yet. The problem is, most men reveal everything too soon. They send paragraphs about their lives, their feelings, their past before she's even emotionally invested. But what happens then? She stops chasing, she loses interest because there's no mystery left. The most magnetic men reveal themselves in layers. They drop hints, but never the full picture. They share stories, but not all at once. They answer questions, but sometimes in ways that spark more curiosity. This is controlled mystery. Let's say you're on a date. She asks, what's your biggest dream? Most guys would ramble about their goals. Instead, you pause, smile, and say, that's a good question, maybe I'll tell you next time. Instantly, she's intrigued. She wants to know more. Psychologically, people crave closure when something is left open-ended. Their minds can't let it go. This is why cliffhangers work so well. You need to use this in your interactions. Ever notice how women are drawn to men who are a little hard to read? The guy who shows interest, but not consistently. That's because uncertainty fuels attraction. A study in psychological science showed women feel more attracted to men when they're unsure. How much the man likes them, not knowing, amplifies the chase. You don't have to lie or play games. Just avoid revealing everything too soon. Let her discover you piece by piece. Keep part of yourself hidden, and she'll become addicted to figuring you out. Principle number 5, the power of walking away. Here's an undeniable truth. The man willing to walk away always has the advantage. Why? Because it shows he values himself above the relationship. Women test men constantly, often without realizing it. She might delay replying, flirt with another guy, or stir up drama. Most men react, they become jealous, insecure, or chase harder, but the man who understands his worth, he walks away. Not as a tactic, but as a reflection of his standards. When a woman sees you're unafraid to leave, it triggers something deep. It tells her, this man has options, he isn't desperate, he's not like the rest, and suddenly she realizes, she might be the one losing something valuable. Picture this. She's hot and cold, affectionate one day, distant the next. Most guys panic and try harder to win her back, but you pull back, you stop initiating, you let her feel your absence, and that's exactly when she starts reaching out first, checking in, wondering why you've withdrawn. Women respect men who respect themselves. The second you tolerate disrespect, flakiness, or games, you lose value in her eyes. But the man who can look her in the eye and say, I don't chase, if you want to leave, go ahead, is the man she never forgets. This doesn't mean being cruel. It means setting boundaries, knowing when to step back, and when you embody this mindset, you'll find women start pursuing you because deep down, she doesn't want a man who needs her. She wants a man who chooses her because he values himself above all else, and that is how you make her obsess. Now that you know the principle that makes women obsess over you, the real question is, what will you do with it? Most men will hear this and slip right back into their old habits, chasing, overthinking, trying too hard. But you, if you truly internalize this, if you apply it, you'll never have to chase again. Women are drawn to mystery, strength, and unshakable